It's MORAA, the truth teller. MORAA, the one and only truth teller.
Hello everybody, I hope that you're all doing well. Now, I have watched a video by Nasto. Oh my God. The dude has decided he is quitting YouTube. Things are too much fire on the streets. People are attacking him left, right, and center. He just said that his dogs had been stolen. Everybody is on his case. People are on his neck. He cannot breathe. The guy is being attacked by everybody. The lazy gang has woken up. Gintu, his village mate, is not giving him peace. Guys, you would think that Gintu, since he claims to have faced dog theft as well, you would think that he would come out to at least sympathize with Nasto. Console him, tell him, bro, it's gonna be okay. Your dogs are gonna come back. If mine came back, yours are gonna come back too. You don't have to worry. Chill, take heart. Anybody would have thought that that was what Gintu was going to do. But to people's dismay and shock, Gintu came out to bash his own village mate. So now see what this has caused. Nasto wants to quit YouTube. Guys, before we talk about Nasto quitting YouTube, let us first talk about carrots. Guys, this woman will never cease to amaze. Now, Gintu did a video talking about Nasto's dogs, claiming that Nasto's dogs hadn't been stolen, that in fact Nasto sold his dogs to his trainer. And he said that Nasto wanted to buy bulldogs. So he went out to sell this whatever breed he had. Is it German Shepherd? He said he had gone to sell this ones to the trainer so that the trainer can give him these bulldogs. And then I think there's some sort of exchange of Nasto was going to add him some more money because the bulldogs apparently costs more than these German Shepherds, So now Carol takes this story from Gintu and of course runs with it very, very fast without even looking back. So he came out to echo the same on her platform, to amplify it. Just like I've always said, guys, everything that Gintu says, according to Carrots, especially if it's about somebody from Team MORAA, it is always true. Guys, remember, there's a day Gintu did a story about her, talking about she had been summoned by the DCI. Remember, she came out to call Gintu a liar. And not only that, there are some specific incidents where she and the Lazy Gang members have been caught on the comment section, on their chat sections, talking about how Gintu is a liar. So now that it is not her, who's being talked about, now that it is about somebody else that she wants to attack, she takes the story with her full chest and she comes out to say it as it is her truth. So she came out and spoke this story to her people. And she said that Nasto's dogs have not been stolen, guys. Nasto's dogs have been sold by Nasto himself. This guy is doing business, and on top of that, he is activating donations. And on top of that, he is doing videos. He is causing drama, with this story of the dogs so that, people can have traffic towards him, so that traffic can come towards him because he knows that the reaction actors will be talking about him. The subscribers will be talking about him. He will be the topic of the day, the week, the month, or whatever it is. And so now he is taking this story by the horns and running with it. He wants to make money. That is according to Carrots. That is according to Carrots. That is what Nasto is doing. And Carrots came out to ask so many questions. How are the dogs stolen? Who stole the dogs? How can they steal with such a perimeter fence? How can they steal without gate? How can they steal without compound? Who could be responsible? How could it happen? I don't believe it. Guys, did she ask all these questions when Gintu's dogs were stolen or when they got lost or whatever happened to them? Did she come out asking any questions? Double standards, double speak. And guys, before I forget, she said something about Nasto. She said that Nasto was the first person who started telling MORAA to go after her. She said that Nasto is not a good person. Nasto is the one who gave MORAA the idea of attacking her, taking her to court, dealing with her of some sorts. It is Nasto who began this thing. So she accuses Nasto of starting this campaign against her. And so that got me thinking, so is this payback time now? So is this why you're talking about Nasto? Could it be that you really know within your heart of hearts that actually these dogs were stolen? But because you want to take some revenge of some sorts against this guy, now is why you're coming out to talk like this? Because guys, at first when Carrots spoke, I actually thought she had some sort of evidence. I actually thought she was being factual. I had to replay that part again. Because she said that Gintu went to the border town and found this trainer with some bulldogs. At first, I had heard that she had said that he found this trainer with Nasto's dogs, the dogs that he was having. But now when I replayed it, is when I really heard what she said. She said that Gintu went to the border town and found this trainer with bulldogs. Clearly, those are not Nasto's dogs. This trainer told Gintu, according to the story, that these bulldogs, he has kept them for Nasto. Nasto wants the bulldogs. And so Carrots went on to say that if any kind of bulldogs show up at Nasto's place, then it means that it is true. The story that Gintu spoke about. Now, my question is, how does this trainer having bulldogs mean that Nasto's dogs were sold to the same trainer? At first, I asked myself that question. So Carrots went on, talking about how both, Nasto and Miss Flay are using this whole thing to make a lot of money by doing videos back to back. She went on to say that she needs, she was demanding to be shown the CCTV cameras. How come the CCTV cameras are there and nothing is showing? This man is lying. This is not true. Let him come out with the truth. Let it come out clear. Guys, I remember I was also out here asking those same questions because I was like, okay, there are CCTV cameras. And also, I thought, because I remember I said this in my previous video, I said that, most people will put the cameras, facing outside and also in their compound, outside just around their compound. So anything happening, outside your compound, but around your compound, you are actually able to see. For instance, somebody standing at the gate, or somebody standing at the fence, something like that, a few meters from the gate, a few meters from the fence, you can tell what is happening. That's what I said. But remember, Nasto came out to do a video and he said that their CCTV cameras are not that far. They're only around the compound, near the house. And he also spoke about electricity issues. So that kind of explained it. She went on to talk about how even Nasto's own subscribers do not believe him. They're asking too many questions. Of course, guys have to ask questions. You know, if something seems not to make some sense, people are bound to ask questions. But then again, like I said in a previous video, again, the steps that Nasto took personally as MORAA, I believe that it happened. You know, I'm not seeing Miss Flay coming out in this kind of stupid lie, to be very honest. I'm not seeing that happening. I don't know them personally, but guys, even your gut can just tell you when something looks off. Like that one of Gintu, guys, it was just off. And people wanted Nasto to come out and cry crocodile tears, like the ones for Gintu. I mean, guys, people act differently. People respond and react to situations differently. You know, even when somebody passes on in your family, there are those who will be wailing. There are those who will mourn silently. There are those who will be in shock. People handle these things differently. So what one person did is not what another person can do. So to be very honest, sometimes I also feel like when people ask some questions or when people say some things, it kind of surprises me because we are different individuals. We act differently. You know, we are different. I mean, that is just the fact. Guys, in one of Nasto's videos, I heard him clearly say, in fact, they called the trainer of the dogs and they spoke in Swahili, and this trainer said that he does not know anything about what happened to the dogs. And you know, Nasto asked him, why are people suspecting you? Why is everybody saying that it could be you? But this guy explained a story of you know, him being a trainer. He goes to many houses. He will always be regarded as the main suspect when things like this happen. And he gave out a long story of how in another home people suspected him and then later found out that it was somebody else who was stealing, or rather who had stolen the dogs in that home. So in this particular call, Nasto actually told this trainer, please get me other dogs. You know, if you get dogs, you know, I would want to still have dogs. You know, even if I don't find my, you know, my dogs, if you can get me, you know, new dogs, I would really appreciate. So this guy said, of course, I'm going to be on the lookout. There's, in fact, somebody who could be having dogs. And so I'll be liaising with him. And if he is selling, I'll get back to you. You know, I'll get in touch with you. So as far as I'm concerned, Nasto had already told this trainer to get him, you know, new dogs. So if Nasto brings dogs to his house, according to Carrots, it means that it is true he sold the dogs. That statement to me did not make sense. Because this trainer, I'm assuming, even if Gintu met him at the border town and asked him, you know, can I buy these dogs? And then this trainer said, no, they're for Nasto. You know, I'm just keeping them for him. He's coming to buy them or something like that. That means nothing to me, because to me, Nasto told this trainer to get him new dogs, and that is exactly what the trainer has done. So where is the problem? So Carrots continued talking, and I was like, I'm not still understanding where the problem is.
It's not going to. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, niaje?
Safi.
Hujapata information yoyote bana kuhusu hizo mbwa zangu?
Sijapata any information kabisa.
Lakini najua watu wengi bana wananiambia eti ni wewe ni
wewe. Najua.
Sasa mbona wengi wanakushuku?
Unajua? Kama kuna boss mwingine hapa chini, unaona hata Lucas?
Yes.
Lucas. Wewe ni mtoto aliwachora hapo.
Ni sawa. Sasa siwezi pata zingine hata ndogo hivi. Nianze kufuga.
Ni sawa. Ngoja nitakuulizia kuna jamaa fulani. Nitakuulizia kama ako nazo ni ku-connect na yeye.
Lakini pia ukiziona bana.
Hiyo yani wewe tulia.
Ukizipata hata kama ni hata kama ni pesa basi nitakupatia. Unisaidie kutafuta.
Si hivyo, sikia.
Yes.
Si hivyo mbona si lazima nipatie pesa. Mbona yako ni mbaya yako, sawa? Mimi nikipata hivi, unajua mimi huku boda naitanga naenda maboma mingi sana, sawa?
So in that clip, Nasto is talking to the trainer, and he is asking the trainer, are you sure you don't know about my dogs because everybody is suspecting you. I think Nasto didn't want to just tell the guy outright that I am suspecting you. So he was telling the guy that, everybody is suspecting you and everybody is saying that you are the one who knows where my dogs are. And so this guy comes out to say, no, 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 no. He vehemently, denies it. And Nasto goes on to tell him that, can you find me other dogs then? And this guy says, yes, I'm going to find you other dogs. There's somebody whom I know who could be having the dogs. So let me go and find out, and then I'll connect you to this person. And then Nasto goes further to tell him, but if you please see my dogs, the dogs that he had, Bella and Rex, if you see them, even if it's money, I am going to pay you, please. Before Nasto finishes the sentence, this guy cuts him off and says, of course, if I see your dogs, Nasto, you don't even need to pay me nothing. I am going to bring them back to you. I am not that type of person. I will not ask you for money. I will bring you back your dogs. That is the conversation, basically that Nasto had with this guy. So for me, he already asked, for other dogs. So in case somebody finds the trainer and the trainer says, I have dogs for Nasto, then I don't see what the problem is.
You're watching It's MORAA, the one and only truth teller.
Since Carrots was confusing me, I decided to go and check on Gintu's video. And to my dismay, this guy is talking so much. Guys, remember I did a video, my previous video where I spoke about Gintu has decided that he is going to go and talk to Nasto, and other people who have faced this dog predicament, this theft. He wanted people to come together and speak about this issue so that they can come up with a solution. And if you guys remember, I said if I was Nasto, I would not speak to this guy, like on my own. I would make sure that we are many people, because this guy will come out and start saying, oh, Nasto said this, Nasto said that. Remember that. Now, this guy was speaking good in the previous video, talking about they need a solution because he clearly believed that Nasto's dogs had been stolen. And if you remember, I also said that he was talking as though to tell us, I told you so. Dogs are being stolen in the village. He even said that they are being sold to the vendors who make street food. Now the guy has turned around to speak other things. Who would believe this kind of person, guys? And on that particular video that he did where he's talking about, going to meet Nasto and talking about street food and all this stuff, that same video, the title was, Nasto sold his dogs. So clearly this guy had started coining this narrative of Nasto selling his dogs even before this video that he has done now talking about it. He did that video with that clickbait title of Nasto has sold his dogs. And I guess he saw that maybe people clicked, on that video very well. A lot of clicks were made on that video. So probably he thought, now if I come up with a real story of Nasto selling his dogs, it's going to be juicier. People are going to watch. And I'm going to make a quick, sweet dollar out of it. I just think that's what happened, guys. Because clearly this guy had been thinking of how to come up with this story. And the story he's talking does not even make sense. 10 o'clock, they came and took the dogs. Oh, Nasto went to the motorbike. Oh, these other dogs were sold to Nasto, but yet Nasto wanted bulldogs. Now bulldogs have been found. Now he wants to exchange the bulldogs with these other dogs. Now they're looking for another buyer. Guys, the story is doesn't have head nor tail, if you ask me. And this is a story that Carrots is running with on her channel. telling people that, yes, Nasto is such a liar. Nasto is this. Gosh. You know, in this video that Nasto has done, the latest video where he is talking about quitting YouTube, you know, Miss Flay kept asking a question, which I think is very valid. She kept saying, people are saying we are lying. So where is your truth? Come out with proof of your truth. If you really know what happened, if you really were here and saw what happened, bring it out. Come out with that proof. Not just being out there yapping in the streets about, oh, it is a lie, this, that, and the other. Where is your truth? And apparently, so many people have come to attack on their comments section. So yes, I agree with her. If somebody really feels that she is lying, then this person should come up with reasons, you know, or proof. Because guys, if you all remember, even when we were talking about Gintu lying about his dogs, we came out with reasons as to why we thought he was lying. You know, very valid reasons. But now you cannot just go to somebody and say, you're lying, you're lying. So you're lying, where is the truth? What is your truth? Where is your proof? I think Miss Flay has a valid question. And for those who are saying that, they should actually answer her that question first. You know. And Nasto came out to say one thing very, very important. And by the way, even before I watched this video, you know, the latest video that Nasto has just done, I was still going to record a video about Nasto and carrots and Gintu, you know. And what Nasto said in the end, you know, or towards the end, really resonated with what I was thinking. I was asking myself a question. What if Gintu is taken to task with what he is saying? Because clearly he has seen the dogs. He knows where they are. He knows who's in possession of them. So Nasto had said that he had reported this issue to the police. So I was thinking that, you know, the police should come, take Gintu, so he can lead them to where the dogs are. These dogs have been reported missing. They have been reported to the police station. A report has been made at the police station. So Gintu should go and show them where the dogs are. Which is a good thing, because that would have solved the puzzle. So when Nasto came out and said this, I was like, that's it. You know, this guy Gintu knows so much about what happened to the dog.
Yes, you know,
Some things, imaginary things in their minds.
It's only that Nasto doesn't like police here and there, going here and there. Trust me, because the videos that you're also doing, you know, in one way or the other, if I go and present your videos, maybe to the police, because I've said that my dogs were stolen, and then someone goes and says that the dogs maybe were sold, you know, you can be even called in a court.
Were you there when we are selling those dogs?
What I mean is that
you say
they're playing with
a
case that is even in the police. Because you can even be someone. Me, I can go there and say my dogs were stolen, but this guy is saying he knows maybe where the dogs are. So kindly, Mr. Policeman, let's call this guy so that he can take us to maybe where the dogs are.
Yeah.
You know, don't just do videos just because you just want to maybe entertain yourself.
To entertain yourself.
At the end of the day, maybe get
believe
something. So just be careful.
That's so bad.
When you're dealing with some issues that are in the police custody, because the case is still under investigation.
Yeah.
So maybe the videos that you're also doing, maybe you can take them and say, oh, so this guy is saying something about this. It's like maybe a murder case. You just do maybe a joke with it and you say, oh,
for fun.
Yeah, for fun.
You think it's funny. You think it's funny.
Don't just see Nasto relaxing here and saying, this guy can just talk anything about him and he can't do anything. Yeah,
just say by the way.
And guys, I spoke about something, and you know, it is coming to pass. Or rather, it is something that we have already seen. So of course we expect it to recur, you know, if nothing is done. For instance, when David Jr., you know, wanted to apprehend Gintu, when they were going after him with the police and all this, I remember saying, Why can't other people come out? People who this guy has aggrieved, people whom this guy has caused havoc, why can't they just come out and they hold their hands together and pursue, this common cause of bringing this guy to book? Instead of letting one person fight this battle, and yet this guy is a nuisance to all of you. Me, that's how I think. And I remember calling names here. I said Jamaican uncle. I said Nasto. I said I don't know who. Paris. All these people this guy has aggrieved. Why not come together? And I remember saying, don't be so happy that he is not attacking you right now. Your day will come. So now this thing that he has done to Nasto. Some people can say, oh, Nasto, ignore. Nasto, you do your own thing. You don't have to worry about haters. Haters gonna hate. Haters are gonna talk. All this stuff. It is true. However, there are people who are Nasto's subscribers, Nasto's supporters, who already believe this guy. And I'm very sure all those people who are typing, asking Miss Flay and Nasto questions are all not from the lazy gang. Some of them are Nasto supporters. People are mixing their brains by telling all these nonsense lies. You are trying to build your channel. You are trying to do your own thing, but somebody else wants to come with lies and mess up your work. And you're going to sit there and say, ignore. If I was Nasto, what he has just said is exactly what he should have done. Simple. That's according to me. This guy knows where my dogs are. I came and reported to you guys. You go to the cop station and say, hey, I came and reported to you guys that my dogs are missing. Apparently, there's a dude who knows where my dogs are. I'm so happy. Please come and help me find this guy so he can take us to where my dogs are. As simple as that. If it's the trainer who really told this guy, of which I highly doubt, because his story is just here and there. He says the trainer does not know him. Yet again, he says this trainer told him so much about Nasto. How is it that this trainer knew that he knows Nasto for him to tell him all these things about Nasto, and yet he does not know him? Did I make sense? It really doesn't have a bearing what this guy is talking about. So I would go and say this guy, he should produce my dogs. Because he knows what is happening to my dogs. Guys, people just do videos for doing videos. And that's exactly what even Nasto is saying. Nasto is saying, do not just do videos for the sake of doing videos. Sometimes just have some sense. But you know what? Nasto spoke as though he is just speaking and it's going to end there. So this guy again will come and mess up his brand another time. And another time. And another time. Of course, there are those subscribers who will believe in Nasto, But at some point, they will start to fall off. Wataanza kudondoka. I'm sorry, guys, but look at Marwa's channel. You can even tell. Even moderators, some of them have dropped. In fact, Marwa was asking, calling names another time. Nowadays I don't see so-and-so. I don't see so-and-so. Marwa himself. And these were Marwa's closest people. Didn't Marwa say the other day that he saw a very good supporter of his in the naysayers channels? And how many other, very brutal, lazy gang keyboard warriors were Marwa's people. All because of this talk. So Nasto will just sit there. Guys, this is my opinion. My own personal opinion. Maybe I'm the kind of person who is non-tolerant to crap. Seriously, guys. We can play. But sometimes when it gets to work, let it be work. And somebody else was telling me the other day, oh, MORAA, you're just talking here. And these people, they sit together, even that Gintu and I don't know who, they may be sitting together laughing. There's even a restaurant that they go meet. They enjoy themselves, talking about they are together like brothers. Nothing is going to break their bond. But then again, when I look at stuff that is happening, is this really brotherhood? Because clearly, like in this case, if you ask me, Nasto's name has been tainted. Yes, it may be 5%, it may be 2%, but the fact of the matter is it has been tainted. Yes. And there are those people who will believe that Nasto is a liar from now henceforth, even if Nasto does what? Unless he does something to prove that he's not. You don't have to prove everything to people. Yes, you don't. But if you let your brand be messed up slowly, I mean, at the end of the day, who are you going to blame? You want to get to 60,000 subscribers, but yet again, now 5% of your subscribers are already in doubt about you because somebody has to do a video and talk crap. That is just my opinion, guys. You know, this is somebody who is trying to bring you back. Even if they bring you back with 1 inch, they have brought you back. That's the thing. I know people have to talk, yes, but sometimes if it's something that, you know, you can avoid or something that you can take care of it. You know, yes, you know, he cannot do anything because they are villagers, they are neighbors. But how about this other person doing a video, you know, tarnishing him? Doesn't this person know that they are in the same village? They are neighbors? Guys, is it just me? Because me, some things I really don't understand. And of course, guys, Nasto is not quitting YouTube. Quit YouTube for what? For who? That was just a title to make you and I to click on the video quick. Of course, Nasto is not quitting YouTube, but he had a message. He said he is quitting the negativity. He is quitting, you know, responding to haters, naysayers, people with bad mind. He is not going to be responding. He is not going to give them any attention. He is not going to pay them no mind. And he even went further to give them a little gift. He gave them a gift of pepper. Pili. Guys, so that is the gift that the haters are gonna go with. So that is the gift to all the haters. So guys, that is my opinion. I don't know what your opinion is. Please drop your opinions, drop your thoughts, drop your sentiments. Let's have this conversation. Let's talk about this. Somebody just comes and wants to tarnish your name intentionally just because they are your village mate and they think that there's nothing you can do to them. And of course, he knows that people are going to say, ignore. People have to talk, ignore. So the guy will continue doing it over and over again. Is that okay, guys? Is that okay? Would you take care of it if there was a way you can take care of it? Or would you say, this is my village mate, this is my neighbor, and yet he does not think like that of you when he is doing all this negative stuff to you? Let me know what you think about Carrots taking this story and running with it, knowing very well that this guy is a liar. Because when it came to this guy talking about her, she wanted to convince us out here that this guy was lying about her. You know. What do you think about this whole video? Drop them like they're hot in the comments section below. If you have come across this channel for the very first time, I want to say thank you and welcome. This is a reaction channel where we analyze, we criticize, and we react on videos that have been put out on the YouTube space. So if you enjoyed today's video and if you want to be a part of us, quick, click on the subscribe button and formally join this amazing family. To my returning subscribers, you are the best of the best. And to the new subscribers in the house, welcome. Please give this video a big and massive thumbs up if you have not already, and let us meet in the next one. Bye.